couple of things. It's getting hotter, and there's a lot of smoke in there. That could have got lions moving a bit. Pardon? I'm not seeing him anymore. Ah, there he is. I couldn't see him because he's flat. Can you get a view through there? Yes. There we go. Find yourself a decent patch of shade in the shade of that tambuti. And of course, being a flat cat lying down like this, hard for anybody to see who he is. This is one of the two Nkuhuma boys. The other one is still limping. I think he's probably, maybe he's got permanent damage. Bernie, come in. What will be interesting is later on, seeing where these cats go, around about sunset. They came from the gate area, they were heading east, so they're likely to go down to Gari Dam this evening. They're going to have to go either through the lodge or around the lodge. My guess is they might just follow this drainage line that'll take them to the top end of Gari Dam. Take it and pass, right past camp. I just want to find out something about this fire. Bernie, come in. Bernie's not on the radio. Johnny, come in. Any word on the fire? Okay, copy. Very strong smell of it coming from when I'm at the Zingala on Gallagher. Wind is coming from the west, so maybe it's somewhere out in the west. Well, they call lion the kings of the jungle. They're actually the kings of energy conservation. The transfer of energy from the sun to the plants to the animals, down through the food chain or up through the food chain, is quite an intricate energy cycle. Well, you could say that each time it gets passed on, there's only 10% that gets passed on. So when a lion eats, not that much energy that it gets from its food, it has to conserve a lot of energy to get food again. So you're lifting your head there, boy, just briefly, to show everybody that you can. Twitching an ear every now and then. So his brother is probably down in the drainage line. Not much way I can get into a different position to get a better angle. We are somewhat limited. Alright, copy that, Alex. Copy that.
Kind of.
There's an unusually large population of male lion in the immediate area. From Manyeleti coming down through here down to Mala Mala. And I think it's still going to be a number of years before lion in this area can settle down and have cubs safely. I was reading about a group of 11 sub-adult males, one of whom was killed recently up in Manyeleti. When those boys decide to start roaming around, 10 young males, that's quite a force to be reckoned with. Of course, their numbers will no doubt drop as they encounter other males and maybe fights ensue and maybe individuals get taken out. The 4 Machinga lions, the 2 Gajimas. Don't know what's happened with the Manyeleti male or males, the Mapojos. A stark contrast to the typical, perhaps the typical pride structure that we can think of with the one male and a bunch of females and youngsters, and they all hunt zebra very happily ever after, until the old male gets too old and he's moved on and the dynamics change. But with so many males in the area, the females are not going to be conceiving as readily as what's the word I'm looking for? Just that they're not going to be producing cubs much. It is so disruptive at the moment. There is supposedly a lioness up on Buffelshoek with cubs, with fairly young cubs, a few months old. As far as I know, she's the only one. When I arrived here, there were lots of cubs, or youngsters. I think there were 9 in the sticks, and I can't even remember how many youngsters there were in the Nkuhuma prize. And I should know these 2 boys from seeing the Nkuhumas from time to time, but just don't see them often enough to know the individuals, or not to know who's not here anymore. Quite sad. I wish we could spend more time with them. A lot of time we spend with lion. It's very similar to this, mostly because we're out in the day. We start in the heat of the day in the afternoon, we end in the heat of the day in the morning. In fact, it doesn't take long. Now we're going into spring and summer. It's not going to take long for the sun to start raising the temperatures already by 7 o'clock in the morning, putting lion to sleep. One of the reasons we do stay with them and we sit with them while they're sleeping is because lion at any one moment can jump up and go from sleeping to hunting mode in absolutely no time at all. A lot of times when they go out hunting, it's a planned hunt. It's after a lot of resting. But every now and then they do become the sheer opportunists that cats generally are, in that they will stalk something that will be walking nearby when they're sleeping like this relatively thick bush. Not that easy in some ways. Not that easy for them to make a kill. Although if something were to come by, it would get relatively close to them before they would hear it or see it. But it depends on what it is. I mean, buffalo coming through, they'd hear buffalo from a distance. The likes of kudu or bushbuck or nyala, they're quite dainty, they're very, very silent. Lion would hear impala coming through the bush. They'd hear the herd grazing, and might hear warthog. Well, we kind of come to the end of our drive, I'm afraid. We're going to have to say goodbye to you now. Hopefully Patrick will be able to find these boys later this afternoon. And failing that, they might get to the dam just around sunset or just after. You've been watching Safari TV live here at Sabi Sands, Nkuhuma Game Reserve. My name is Mark.
Nkuhuma.
Sebastian is on camera. And Alex has been in final control. So from us here on the Duganda, thanks everybody, good night if you're going to bed, and we'll see you later. Bye from... Oh, I've got to look at you. Sorry, I'm looking at the lion. I thought...
That's why I said I'm on you.
Oh. Sorry. I know, we're running a bit late, so I'm going to have to say goodbye. So bye everybody, and see you later.